Hi, I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. And we are talking about a lot of light, because if you've been looking at our website, starborninstitute.org, you'd already know that the title of tonight's show is A Done Deal. And that is because a few days ago on Monday, we had a fabulous new moon at 4 degrees of Scorpio. And Scorpio is a fixed financial sign ruling money coming in from any other source. So it rules credit and debt and loans and taxes, or it can rule insurance or inheritance or grants or money coming from your employer or from your family member or friends. And believe me, under this new moon in Scorpio, there's going to be some good financial news that could be coming for everyone. That's why I think the deal is done. The reason why there's some deal that's done is because the money is there. And that's because the 4 planets in Scorpio are so good. The sun and the moon are conjuncting each other at 4 degrees. And then later on in the sign, Venus and Mercury are also conjuncting each other. Well, Mercury rules news and communication. And Venus is a very loving planet, so it's got to be good news. Venus also rules partnership. So there could be some good financial news or a done deal concerning a partner or some sort of legal contract, or even a truce or a treaty, or something that has been being negotiated for a while, and finally it can sort of wind up. So that could be great. And also there are actually 5 planets in a water sign, because the 4 planets in Scorpio are all being trined beautifully by Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, and it is retrograde in Pisces right now. So 5 planets are in the healing water signs, and that means there can be a lot of very satisfying opportunities that could be coming your way. One of them could certainly involve money, because that's what Scorpio rules. And so there could be more money coming your way through a raise, or a promotion, or from a rise in your credit limit, or an income tax refund, or from some sort of negotiation that you're having with your employer. Maybe they're going to give you some more overtime or something like that, and that would be more money as well. Or it can simply be that there is money coming in from some other source. In other words, you could be doing your taxes right now and you could be pleasantly surprised with a refund. Or if you have made an insurance claim, you could be getting that as well. So that's good. Another way you can be getting good news right now involves the things that Scorpio in particular rules. Remember, all the water signs rule healing, and each does it in their own way. Scorpio rules the administration of justice, and it does that through the police or through the military. Or Scorpio also rules the whole medical field, particularly the area of surgery, since Scorpio has 2 rulers, Mars, which rules sharp instruments, and Pluto, which rules deep psychological transformation and change, or deep truth. And so, because it rules surgery, the way that a Scorpio could work at healing might be to cut out something in their lives, or you could think of it as cutting out something in your life which could be harmful or life-threatening, just the way a surgeon cuts out something that's wrong in a health condition of yours in order to heal you and make you well. So that could be coming up too. There could be a moment of truth in your life where you're looking at your habits and deciding that you sort of want to cut something out so that you can feel better or just be better. There's nothing wrong with that either. And that means that we can be healing ourselves from within as well as outwardly, or seeking that help. Scorpio also rules research. And you know, in order to correct some sort of condition, you have to know more about it. Or to correct anything that is a mistake or is wrong, you have to figure out how it happened and do research on that before you can fix it or cure it. So those things could be going on, and there could be some good news about a medical breakthrough of some sort that could really affect a lot of people right now, which would be great. And since Neptune in Pisces is the 5th planet in a water sign, and it is trining the 4 planets in Scorpio, and since Pisces rules things that are hidden behind the scenes, it simply means when covert activities are revealed or an imposter is exposed, the truth will come out. That will be around the time that Neptune goes direct, which it's about to do. And the truth will come out, the record will be set straight, and then all of our feelings can be a little bit calmer, and we can all feel safer. So we have that to look forward to as well. In other words, once you find out all the facts about something that's been hidden and it all comes out, then you don't have anything to worry about because it can be corrected. And that's another kind of healing. And yet there is still some things that you have to watch out for. In fact, there are 2 very good reasons why you have to keep your guard up right now. The first reason is the position of the planets in the fixed financial signs. The Sun, New Moon, Venus, and Mercury in Scorpio are all opposing Uranus in Taurus. Those 5 planets can be causing a lot of trouble because they all square the other 2 fixed signs. In other words, all 5 planets square the sign of Leo, which rules leadership and sports and love affairs, but it also rules gambling and extravagance. And all 5 planets also square the sign of Aquarius, which rules the future, aviation, space, electronics, the internet, and computers. And so this is a time with the harsh square among the 5 planets in financial signs that no one can afford to gamble with anything right now or to be really extravagant. So you've really got to keep a sort of a tight lid on your finances and don't risk losing something because, you could. You could lose a gamble right now, so don't make one. The second reason why you've really got to keep your guard up is because Mars is in Libra, and it is at 15 degrees of Libra today. And Libra does rule the law and partnership and treaties and truces and legal contracts. But Mars is a very dynamic, troublemaking planet, and that simply means there could be contentious lawsuits or some sort of standoff around, or just angry people that want to break the law. But then Mars in Libra is coming up against a very tight square from Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. Saturn is at 16 degrees. And so this square between Mars and Saturn is exact, and when they get to be exact, they are more harsh. They're more threatening. And Pluto is squaring it as well. So that simply means that some angry confrontation or arguments or lawlessness, people breaking the law, could provoke the old guard. That's that Saturn, representing people who are very powerful or who have been in power a long time and really know the right way to do things. Now they could be provoked by, these people that are breaking the law could create a lot of anger among the old guard or people who believe in upholding the law. And for that reason, they could seek vengeance right now, that old guard. And that means you should be very careful not to confront any authority figures right now, because they could go on the warpath. In other words, there are some people in high positions that have had it, and they're not going to put up with lawlessness or anger or lawsuits or any illegal activity anymore. And that's why you need to be careful. But still, the new moon is in Scorpio. It's a great one. It simply means there's a done deal somewhere. I'm not sure we know about it yet. I'm not sure it's been announced, but there is a done deal. And the reason why it's a done deal is because the money is there. All right, what does this mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, you just need to be super careful right now. If you would want to voice a strident opinion, I urge you not to do it, Aries, because remember I told you that Mars and Saturn are in a very harsh square right now, and they are challenging your sign as well. Mars is your own ruler. It's in Libra, opposing your sun sign. There are other people that want to break the law or who can be very strident and contentious, and they could even be coming right at you, Aries. So you really have to avoid those people at all costs. And the best way to do that is keep a low profile and do not share your wonderful opinions with anybody right now, because somebody could sort of overreact and maybe attack you even. They could hurt you. So be careful, don't take any risks. And then Saturn and Pluto are also squaring your sun sign, which means that people in positions of power, which could be your employer or people in a government agency, they've had it. And they could instead really get pretty strict about enforcing rules and regulations, and that could bother you too, Aries. So you really need to lay low right now. Still, there can be good financial news for everyone. So it's not like you wouldn't get some good financial news, but you just have to be very careful not to confront anybody right now, because there could be a backlash that would result in a loss for you. You would not win it. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, this is a time when you two have got to remember, keep your guard up because of some sort of financial threat that could come from taking a gamble or being too extravagant. And it's hard not to be extravagant, because even though today is Halloween, you know we're coming right into the Christmas season, and your sign is the sign of the good provider. So I think at Christmas time you like to spend money on your loved ones, Taurus, but try not to be too extravagant. And that is because Uranus in your sign is being harshly opposed by the new moon and sun and Venus, your own ruler, and Mercury all in Scorpio. So you don't want to jeopardize your future by going overboard too much. And also, Taurus, for you, since these 4 planets are opposing your sun sign, even if a deal is done and you are expecting some good money from it, you would not get as much money as you're expecting. That could be due to the fact that if you make a profit on an investment when you sell it, there could be higher taxes for that, or there could be a higher cost of credit, or it could simply be that somebody comes along and says they need something, and there goes the money that you wanted to spend on yourself. It could happen in a lot of different ways, but it wouldn't be as much money as you'd be counting on, so you need to be a little bit careful not to go overboard. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, this is a time when once again you still profit from the fact that Mars in Libra is trining your sun, and that's because the trine is good. It's still, Mars is not happy in Libra at all. It is causing a lot of problems in partnerships and legal matters and treaties and truces and contracts. But since that planet is trining your sun, you can benefit from the problems that come up. And it would be by the way you handle a problem. I don't think that you're the target of somebody's animosity, but it's the way that you handle a tense situation or the way that you handle stress right now that is going to have a very positive effect on your future. People are going to like the way you are able to manage something right now, Gemini, which is good. And there can be a done deal somewhere and some good financial news headed your way, because your ruler, Mercury, is being conjuncted by Venus under this, and they're both in Scorpio under this new moon that occurred on Monday. So I think you do have some good financial news coming your way. I don't know when you're going to get it, but I do know the money is there, which is good. You just have to keep handling things in your best manner possible. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, this is a wonderful new moon for you. And that is because there are 5 planets in the water signs all trining your sun, Cancer. And I think you need this. So there is a done deal somewhere. Now remember, it could happen to a partner instead of to you, but it would be a good deal. and there certainly would be more money there. And so with the Sun, New Moon, Venus, and Mercury in Scorpio all trining your Sun, and Neptune in Pisces trining your Sun, there could be an element of justice, well-deserved justice, that can do you a lot of good as well. In other words, if there had been a delay in any money coming your way because of a past injustice, that could be getting cleared up. And once it gets cleared up, the money's headed for you, Cancer, I'm happy to say. And also there can be justice in another way, by having the truth or an imposter exposed and the record being set straight. And that would mean that your feelings, along with a lot of other people's feelings, could calm down and we could all feel safer. So there's a sort of a psychological good news coming your way as well. So I think you really benefit right now, Cancer, and it is well deserved. You have been through the ringer and you're not out of the woods yet. You too have to keep your guard up, because Mars in Libra is still squaring your Sun, and Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn are opposing it. So in your public life, I think you have to keep your guard up. But in your private family life, I think things are going to get better. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, this is a time, since yours is a fixed sign, when you really have got to watch the purse strings. And that is because there's 5 planets in the 2 financial fixed signs, and they are all squaring your sign, Leo, and the sign of Aquarius. So Uranus in Taurus is squaring your sun sign, which means there can be fluctuation in your investments, very surprising ones, or in the costs of something that could go up and down. And then the Sun, New Moon, Venus, and Mercury in Scorpio are all squaring your Sun, which means that even if a deal is done and the money is there, it's not going to be as much money as you thought it would be, or else there can be prohibitive, expensive costs connected to some sort of deal. So you cannot afford to take a gamble or be extravagant, Leo, in any way. You really need to pull in your belt right now. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is a time when you've got a lot of planets in a good position for your sun sign. Lucky you. And that is because Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn are trining your Sun, and so is Uranus in Taurus. That means a lot of good backup in the practical earth signs, which can help you concentrate on your long-term goals and on your career in a profitable way, which is good. And then the 4 planets in Scorpio, the Sun, New Moon, Venus, and your own ruler, Mercury, are sextiling your Sun, giving you a wonderful opportunity to take advantage of a done deal or something that can bring in more money. So you may have been thinking of how to make some more money, and I think you should quit being cautious and really go for it, Virgo, because it looks like the money is there and you would probably get it. So congratulations. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, this is a time when you too have got to keep your guard up. And that's because there can be some done deal that's about to occur. I don't necessarily know if it has occurred yet. If it has, it may not be announced for a while, but the Sun, the New Moon, Venus, which is your own ruler, and Mercury in Scorpio are all right ahead of your sun sign, Libra. So you are on the verge of coming into some more money, but it's not there yet. Why isn't it there yet? Because you could still be involved in some sort of contentious legal matter that involves the old guard, in other words, the higher ups in management in a large corporation or government agency, and there could be some legal hassle that you are associated with in one way or another. It may not be that you are directly involved. In other words, I'm not saying that you're suing somebody, but you still could be around or involved somehow in a contentious legal matter. And because Mars is in your sun sign, you've got to be extra quiet right now, Libra, and just hope that there isn't any vengeance headed your way because of that. In other words, you should sort of back off right now and sort of pretend that you're not involved in something contentious, and instead talk about the future. because Aquarius trines your sun. Your future is looking better than a present situation right now. So back off from the present situation if you can, because you're on the verge of making more money. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, this is a wonderful new moon for you, Scorpio. Congratulations. That's because there is a done deal. And the reason why it is a done deal is because the money is there. It must be headed your way, Scorpio, because you could get some very good financial news. And I think something's already been decided. It would affect you very favorably since you have such great planets in your sun sign. And for that reason, even if it hasn't been announced yet, I think that you could go forward without as much worry and in a much more confident manner right now. This could also be good for your family. And if there is a matter behind the scenes where the truth comes out into the open, it could make everyone calmer once the record is set straight. So that could be a psychological advantage for you. But right now, you too, since Uranus and Taurus is opposing your sun sign, need to guard your money a little bit. Don't take a risk, a gamble, or be too extravagant right now, even if the money is there. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarian? Well, Sagittarius, this is a time when I think that you can feel like you are just caught in the middle of something that you really don't want to associate with in any way. And the reason why is that Mars and Saturn and Pluto, Mars in Libra and Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, are in very harsh aspect to each other, and that's why we all have to keep our guard up. Because, you know, it's such a harsh aspect that something's going to give, and it's not going to be fun. In fact, it's going to be, it may be that some people get what they deserve, but it isn't going to be nice at all. But still, you could be caught in the middle of that. Capricorn is right ahead of your sun sign, and Libra is sextiling your sign on the other side. And so you could feel that as if there's a lot of tension and disagreement around you, and you could wonder why, or else you may want to jump in and try to solve everybody else's problems. And I really advise you not to do that right now. Not because your heart isn't in the right place, Sagittarius, but because your sign has no backup. And there's nothing in any of the other fire signs. And so this is a time when you can think good thoughts, but do not get involved in the tensions surrounding you or in a tense situation at all. Instead, you're going to have to discreetly withdraw right now for your own peace of mind. And also, you're very lucky in the background of your life. That new moon with 4 planets is right behind your sun sign, and that means there's some good financial news coming your way. But I advise you to be very quiet about that, Sagittarius, because there could be other people around that are having problems right now, and maybe you better not share your good fortune with them. It might make them feel bad. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, this is a time when I think that you have just sort of had it right up to here, Capricorn, and that is because there can be some people that are breaking the law, that can be making you angry, that they will not change their ways. And they could be aggressive, they could be warlike, they could be threatening a truce or a treaty, or they could be reneging on a legal contract. That would make you mad as well. And so you may decide you've had it, because Saturn and Pluto are very strong in your chart, and they are backed up right now. And you could decide that, you know, right is right, and if other people aren't doing that, then something's got to be done. And so you'll have to make a decision, Capricorn, about how you want to proceed with a tense situation. And my advice to you is that even if you have to take a loss, you need to cut it off. And the reason why is that you will never be happy sticking with it, and they may never change, whoever that is, or whatever legal situation that is. I would end it if I were you, Capricorn, even if it means you have to write off a loss. Do it for your own sake and your own peace of mind, because that is how to get over it. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is a time when you as well, since yours is a fixed sign, have got to be very wary of the 5 planets in the financial signs that are all squaring your sun sign. And that is because Uranus in Taurus is squaring your sun sign, and Uranus is your own ruler. So it's in harsh aspect to your sun sign, which means your future can be a little bit iffy right now, Aquarius. And the reason why is you're not too sure about the money. And then the sun, new moon, Venus, and Mercury in Scorpio are also squaring your sun. And there's 4 planets there. That's a lot of them squaring your sun sign. And that means that you too, just like Taurus, if you are expecting some money to come in, because there could be a deal that's done now because the money is there, but no matter what, it won't be the amount of money that you thought it would be, either due to higher costs or higher taxes on it, or somebody else's claim on the money, who knows? But it won't be as much as you were hoping for. Still, for everybody, there will be good news about money. It's just that you cannot afford to gamble or be extravagant with anything right now. It could jeopardize your future if you do that. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Well, Pisces, this is a very good new moon for you because the sun, new moon, Venus, and Mercury in Scorpio are all trining Neptune in your own sign. And that simply means that we can all face the truth now. And once the record is set straight on something and information comes out that we need to know, we can feel a lot calmer and feel safer as well. And so that's good for you too. So I think there is something that is on its way out or over for you, Pisces. And that is because, remember, the way Scorpio heals is by cutting out something that is harmful or life-threatening. And you may have decided to face the truth, and that could be happening with you, that you are deciding on a path forward because a deal is done and there can be some more money coming to you. It can be a path forward that will simply make you grow and be stronger. And you can be doing it in the name of love as well, because Venus, the love planet, is trining your sun too. So that is wonderful. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, you can see the show, read our blog, and hear our podcast on our website, starborninstitute.org. Bye.